selection using a function with one argument. It's going to be a quick lecture and it's going to be interesting. I will show you how we can do selection by using a function with one argument. For this lecture, we'll look at the lambda function. I'll show you how we can do selection by using a lambda function with one argument. Okay, let's get started. Let's create a data frame and save it in a variable called dframe. So pd dot data frame, and then we'll use numpy's random dot run n, and let's create a 7x4 data frame, and let's use index. We'll create our index from a list of alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And for our columns, we'll simply create our columns from a list of alphabets A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, D. So if we call our data frame, we have 7 rows and 4 columns. So we can say data frame dot lack, and let's say we want to grab column B where the value is greater than 0. How can we do that? So by using lambda function, we can say data frame dot lack lambda, let's say x, where x dot b is greater than 0, and then colon. Let's see what this means. So lambda x, where x dot b, where my column b value is greater than 0. So that means here the first row is greater than 0, so it will grab this row, row A, and what else is greater than 0? Here we have one more row, so it will grab rows A and D because the values of B are positive or greater than 0. So it will grab rows A and D, comma, colon. And for the columns, it means grab all the columns. So this is a lambda function with one argument. So if we run this, we get columns A and D. That's because the values for B are positive, and then grab all the columns. So that's an example using a lambda function. Let's see another example. So we can say data frame dot lack, we can grab, let's say, grab all the rows. That means all the 7 rows, colon, comma, lambda, we can say x, or you can give it any name. If we want to grab, let's say, columns C and D, we can simply say column C, comma, D. So what this will do is it will grab all the rows and columns C and D. Let's run it. So we have all the rows and columns C and D. And instead of passing the column names, we could have also passed the index for our columns. So instead of columns C and D, we can say, so this is index 0, that's index 1, 2, and 3. We can say pass index 2 and 3, right? We could have done that also. So data frame that, let me show you using the ilac method. You can say data frame that ilac, and then grab all the rows, and for our columns using the lambda function, lambda x, and then we can pass index, right? Let's say 0 to 2. So grab index 0 and 2. So index 0 is column A, index 1 is column B, index 2 is column C. So it grabbed indexes 0 and 2. And if we want the value for a specific column, let's say column C, we can pass the index of our column C, which is index 2, and that will grab all the values. Let me show you what I mean. So we can say we have our data frame object, and then we can simply pass lambda x, where x dot columns, and then pass the index 2. So this will grab all the values for column C. So basically it will create a series for column C. Run it. So we have A through G, name is C, and then the values for column C, negative 0.88. So this is basically a series object, right? So if we save this in a variable called, let's save it in a variable called AA. So if we call AA, we have a series object, and then type of AA. Here we see that it's a series object, and we can use the lambda function on a series object also. So let's use that in this series object that we created, AA. So we can say, for instance, lambda where lambda x, where x is, let's say, greater than 0, maybe greater than 0. So this will give us the indexes with positive values. So that will give us B, C, F, and G. Run it. We have B, C, F, and G. Similarly, we can say lambda x, where x is equal to, where x is, let's say, greater than or equal to, let's see, 0.5, and run it. So we got C and G. So this is how we can use a function with a single argument for selection, and we can use that on a data frame and a series object. So that's I just thought that this lecture would be interesting. By using lambda function, we can do selection. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.